Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. So I've been tinkering with this a little bit, and I've been working with the philosophy of less is more. So I removed the second coil completely. I kept the two circuits run with one power supply. And so I got the 18 gauge on this circuit and the 20 gauge on this circuit, and they're parallel except for the fact that there's one power supply. All right, my son is really enjoying his game. All right, I'm going to turn the power on. And this is a 12 volt test, 12.5 volts. Now we're going to be we're going to end up drawing like 1.3 amps. Eighteen hundred, 1.2 amps at 12.5 volts. 2100. 2250. 2300. That's awesome. I think that's cool. 2369. 369. Woo! 2400. It's smooth. Pretty smooth. There's a little bit of vibration. Excuse me. In the shaft, but it's minimal vibrations. 24, 18, 22, 2400 at 12 volts. That's awesome. I think that's pretty freaking good. And what did I have to sacrifice? Nothing really. I mean, I took this coil out of the play and virtually replaced this one with the 20 gauge strand and the trifilar. So, and that's a pretty awesome response to having both of those in play. And if I end up like using a separate power supply and running these like genuinely parallel, I think that would be like tremendously powerful. Like having two 12 volt power supplies instead of just one connected through I call it the extension cord. So 2400, that's awesome. I think that the way I had it built prior to this, but it's ended up being about the same amount of speed. Matter of fact, if I turn it up to 14 instead of 12, see what we get on the tach meter. So we're pulling 1.5 amps. 2200, 2300, 2400, 2500, 2431 after turning it off. Woo! I mean, wow, man, that is awesome. I think it's better this way than the other way that I had it. Man, my throat is raw. Mm. So that's awesome. And basically, it is kind of running itself. It's like an SG going into the same coil that another SG is already in. And then using the same trigger strand for both of these transistors. And the amp draw is literally like twice as much, just under twice as much, and that makes sense because one is an 18 gauge and the other is a 20 gauge. So that makes perfect sense to me. That'd be a little less than half. Man, so like it's getting to the point where I feel like I can start messing around with stuff because I intuitively understand that this is going to work better than the other way. But I don't necessarily know why. Um, I know that the 20 gauge is bigger than the 22 gauge. It's thicker. Um, I know that the trigger coil is timed right, but so is the other one because it was like it had its own trigger coil. Um, I think just having it all hit on the same spot every time is good, especially when it's not a genuine parallel circuit. When it's like running in series, kind of like a direct current, the diode and all that. So that's powerful. Just count the seconds it takes to speed up. Wow. 2,000. 2,400. 25. 25 is like where it starts being unstable. So if I like print a cap of some kind that I put on top of there and make sure the magnets don't fly out, I'll let it run. I will let it go till it reaches its potential. And I say that's when it's leveled out for, I don't know, a minute. If you want to do a smart goal, it can't be more than a minute. And that's like virtually where it stops accelerating for a minute. It can go down and up and down and up, but at the average, you can kind of tell where it's going to level out. Even if it goes up and down, you can still see that line go straight through all those humps. And I'm talking about like an oscilloscope reading. You can see that line go straight through all that. Although I do think this disc had a little bit more play after the fact with the other setup. Because we were getting a nice charge through the bridge rectifier and it was running this circuit when it was off. And that was what made it different. Because the coil would have generated some electricity from it spinning so fast. And that would be forced through the bridge rectifier and would run through voltage, the pulse motor, on the secondary circuit, the second coil. So, maybe I'll be able to draw this one. Maybe not. We'll see. Because, yeah, this makes sense to me. Either set up this way or the other way. It both makes sense that the electricity being generated from the connected coil through the bridge rectifier would go directly to this transistor, which would power the second coil until that voltage dissipates. The capacitance of the coil, basically, not literally, but it works kind of in the same way. And you get a little bit of loss each time it goes around, and that's just typically how it goes. But down to like 3 volts, or maybe even less than that, like I'm thinking it'll go all the way down as long as the trigger coil is being triggered. This will operate with whatever voltage is being generated. So you use the first drive to power it, and as the disc is turning on, the second one turns on. And it's really easy it's phenomenally so easy to swap these out. You put this one back in, you connect the wires the right way, and voila, it's already all hooked up. So that's awesome. Now I do want to show you this. And I think I'm going to do it on a different video because it's kind of neat. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to get started on that right now. I think this is pretty freaking awesome, though. All right. Thank you very much. Peace out. Have a great day. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And I'll catch you on the flip. Thank you very much. Bye now.